I've lost my. Can anybody hear me? You can.
Can you hear me? This Woody.
Woody, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just looking for council members, and I see you, and I see Sharon, and
So are Melissa on?
Melissa was having some issues. I asked her to call in that number. But I can't see my list of participants anymore. I've got to figure that out again.
Yeah.
Because I need to unmute all of them.
Janice, Sue can't get in either. I just wanted you to be aware.
Okay, Woody's on, Sharon's on. Now, you're in, Melissa. I see your number up here.
Obviously.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was talking to you on the phone. Is that Sue?
This is Carol.
Melissa, what do I need to do to help?
I gave her that 6999006833. I tried it first. It says it's no longer in service.
That's on your agenda.
Yes.
She can't get to December invite.
Well, the other two got in. I'm not sure. Sometimes those numbers are busy. You may have to try the next one.
Can we send her an invite somehow to hook
Oh,
it up?
I had an invite supposedly, and I couldn't get in either. So
Well, there's two other numbers here she could try.
well, I wanted to be viewed, but I can't even be viewed. So
Woody, how did you get in? Just called those numbers and
I've got Zoom, so I called in the 7169 number.
yeah.
well, I have Zoom too, but it wouldn't let me in.
Okay, I'm going to call Sue and I'll leave my phone on where she can hear and talk as well, hopefully. That's the only thing I know to do.
Will that work?
Okay, now I need to unmute. Somebody sent me that they're on mute.
We're trying to reach had a voicemail.
Well,
She said she tried every number.
Woody, I'll call Sue.
do what?
Did you try to call Sue? I don't mind calling Sue.
Yeah, she didn't answer.
She might be on the phone.
So do you want me to call her or try it again?
Janice,
Yes.
Laura says to unmute her, that she's on there.
Well, Woody and everybody else got in. Melissa's in.
You calling Sue?
I don't know. I haven't asked her that.
I dialed the very first number. I dialed the 16999. It says, I was out.
Yeah.
Zoom meeting ID.
Do you have Zoom on your app, on your phone, the Zoom app? Just hit on your Zoom app. Did it say meeting ID number?
No, it says,
Put your name And does it ask not for the meeting ID?
His meeting ID number, is it the same one I read off?
Perfect. 344.
No, 911-038-79.
You need to put in that meeting number that's on your agenda. That's the one we've always used.
And so I'm gonna erase this one. That meeting number is,
344.
Can y'all hear me now?
I can hear you now. Is this Laura?
It is. Hello.
I was looking for you. I couldn't find you. You probably have your old Zoom, meeting ID from your previous meeting in there.
Do you want me to call Sue again?
Woody, I'm talking to her, and I think we're about to get there.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't know. Yeah. What are you asking?
Do you need that meeting ID yet?
What happened?
Well, I know where my roads went to.
I'm here. Now, are you on?
not yet, I can see me.
Now, tell me your phone number again so I can look and see if you're up here. 371.
Meeting ID number. That's that same old number, I don't know where that.
The meeting ID number you need is, it's on your agenda there, but I'm going to read it, okay? Okay.
Oh, I said spell.
I don't like Zoom.
Lost my, somebody can just put me on their phone.
Okay, so did you find the place to put that meeting ID number? We're still getting people logging in, so.
Okay. Zoom meeting, okay, wait just a minute now. Zoom meeting, zero, okay, now meeting from to time zone, repeat, use personal meeting ID.
You want to put that in?
Prior meeting, passcode.
You don't need a passcode,
I got that.
but you need that meeting ID number.
So I can't, ID number, right?
Okay. Log back out of the Zoom and go right back to your Zoom app. You don't want to host. You're not hosting. You're not hosting. You're participating.
I should have brought my guitar. Sing me a Blake song. Achy breaky. Achy breaky.
Woody, she's trying.
Okay. If push comes to shove, I'll call her and she can try to do it through, listen to us.
That may be her. Sue, is that you? I got cut off when she started dialing in, so.
Let's give it a minute. If she doesn't dial in, I'll call her. That's the only thing I know to do.
Why don't you call her? She's struggling a little bit.
She's calling me. Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Melissa, did you get her? Is that her coming in?
Yes. She's calling in on Woody's phone. She said she can't get connected.
Okay. Let's see here.
Woody?
Yeah, I've got you here. Let's-
Okay, Woody, me and her tried all three of those numbers and none of them would let me in.
Okay, let's.
All of them said they weren't working numbers.
Okay, I've got you now, and I'm going to put you by my iPad where you can hear everything. Okay, and then we'll be able to hear you.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Woody.
All right, here we go. Okay. I think we're good to go here. I'm pretty sure on that part.
I apologize for that, Mayor.
Oh, no, don't apologize. My goodness.
I will attest to the fact that it wouldn't let me in either.
Okay.
Christina, can you see the participants?
Yes.
I'm assuming they will unmute themselves when it's time to speak, so I'm going to leave it at that. That looks good. I don't have them muted myself, so if anybody has any struggles, just kind of speak up or if you can. So we've got, okay.
Okay, we ready to go?
I think so.
Okay. Just give you a little protocol on this. We're going to go through the call to order, the invocation, flag salute, the agenda item. After the agenda item, then we will ask the public to speak that is on this list that signed up. Okay. And I will call the name. You'll have 3 minutes. 50 seconds before the 3 minutes is up, I will urge you to wrap up, if you will. And then we will have each city council member to talk and say what they want to say. And I will call your name, and then you can do that. And then we'll go through there and see what we need to do, if we need a motion or whatever. Is that right, Christina, something like that? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to call this to order. We have a quorum. And I'm going to start off with a prayer, if y'all will. And so here we go. Dear Heavenly Father, we love you. We praise you. And we thank you for the opportunity that we can all gather in doing the work for the people in this fine town. We ask that you guide and direct us in the name of Jesus. Amen. Now, you may not have a flag. You may not have a flag, but just, I guess you can close your eyes and think about that flag, because we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I hope I don't mess up. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay? I'm going to read the agenda item, and then I'll call on the public. Discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve ordinance number 2020-whatever, creating certain restrictions upon businesses and citizens of the city of Tishomingo, Oklahoma, for the protection of the public health, setting fine for the violation of said requirements and restrictions, establishing ordinance and date, authorizing the city manager to modify city services, as needed in response to the state of emergency, including but not limited to hours of operation, public access, and employee working conditions, allowing for severability and declaring an emergency. Okay, so what we will do is I have a list of the names of the people that called and wanted to give their opinion on this matter. And first is Jordan Frazier online.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, Jordan. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, good evening, community members. I wanted to present some information that I believe Janice has provided you with at the Chamber of Commerce when we found out that this, could be an item for you to consider. We wanted to, help in any way that we could, and we saw it as a opportunity for us to advocate for our chamber members here in city limits. Wanted to provide you with, data showing you what your constituents thought about, a proposed mandate. So just first to kind of go through the data that you hopefully have in front of you. The first question asked the business owners, do you support a mask mandate within the city of Tishomingo in general, so in public places? And you'll see that 22.86%, which was 8 business owners, said yes, and 23, which was a little over 65%, said no. And then 4 people who gave a comment that was something different, somewhere in between yes and no. So they said, it should be left to the businesses and the individuals, maybe inside buildings, outside no, as long as social distancing is possible. Someone else said only when you can't social distance when needed. I would suggest and practice distances of more than 6 feet. So that was that part. Page 2 that you have in your packet. The second question was, do you support a mask mandate within the city of Tishomingo that would require businesses to only allow masked patrons inside? And since we didn't have the wording for the ordinance at that time, that's, I didn't have anything to go off of. I didn't know if this was going to be specific to only city operated properties, or if it would go out, affect our businesses. And so I asked this question specifically about businesses. And again, 8 said yes, 23 said no to a mask mandate, and 4 had, other comments, which were, this should be left to the businesses. Absolutely not. There should not be a mask mandate to the businesses. Another suggestion said they could put a message on the door, mask required, but would suggest just to ask people to wear them. So rather than mandating it, just asking people. And then number 3 is just a list of the businesses and organizations that answered the survey. So I wanted you to see exactly who was answering the survey. It doesn't show whether they answered yes or no. It's just simply the list. And then I received some responses and anonymous comments that I listed for you below, both for and against. And I understood immediately that this would be a very difficult decision for you to make. So that's the gist of it. We wanted to be able to present you with some data from your constituents, saying one way or the other what they thought about it. And then just as a citizen of Tishomingo, I just wanted to say that I believe we have an incredibly experienced and knowledgeable city manager, and whatever her recommendation is should be valued. I know she has a close relationship with Shannon Smith, and he would be the one trying to enforce this. And with his being understaffed, it would be very difficult for him to enforce something like this. And so that's what I had, just concerns about how this would affect businesses that are already, hurting due to COVID, due to the traffic or the construction. So I understand that this is a tough situation, but we just need to keep that in mind. So that's all that I had.
Jordan Frazier, thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I appreciate your work. Brandon Fuller, are you online? Brandon Fuller. We'll come back. Rosa Perry. Rosa Perry.
Would it give me a minute? I may have to unmute them or something.
Okay.
I found that you have to dial *6 and it will unmute you so you can speak.
Okay, we'll wait just a second. Brandon Fuller.
Brandon Fuller. Let me look here. I'm looking for them in my list. I have cell phone numbers to try to find them. Did we get somebody connected?
There's someone.
Something.
Okay, Brandon Fuller. Okay, we'll come back and see if he's on here in a minute. Rosa Perry. Rosa Perry. Rosa Perry. Aaron Etherly. Aaron?
Hi, I'm here.
Okay, if you like, you can go ahead and start, Aaron.
Thank you. I live, shop, and attend church here in Tishomingo, and most of the time I wear a mask for my own comfort, but I'm not able to all of the time because of various medical reasons. I'm concerned about how the city will respect my right to medical privacy at the times I'm unable to comply with a mask mandate. Also, I'm concerned about whoever we charge with enforcing a mandate like this. They will be great. Their exposure to COVID will be increased much more than it's currently required in their job capacity. So I'm wondering how the city will decide who is able to afford to take that chance. I think businesses already have the right to require masks for both customers and employees, and I'm just not sure that this city needs to add any extra restrictions to the citizens or the businesses.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Aaron. Donna Pope. Donna, are you on?
I'm looking for her number.
Donna Pope. Well, I know Donna, and she's called in to do this. I'm sure there's something going on because she would be here. She'd be on this.
I'm looking for her phone number.
Yeah.
I don't see her on this list of number call in.
Okay. I'll come back through the list in just a second.
Hey, Wendy. I believe. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Jordan had mentioned earlier, and that's how I got unmuted, that if you hit *6,
that it unmutes you. So if you're calling people's name and they can hear you, if they hit *6, it will unmute them and they can speak.
Okay, Janice, you get that?
Yes, I did. I am looking for, we've asked for phone numbers so we can track. And I'm looking for Donna Pope. And I don't see that on here anywhere. We have like 40 participants.
Okay. Tammy Mannion. Tammy? Sean Pratt.
Hello.
Is this Sean?
This is Sean.
Okay.
Sean? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hey, I was just going to say, I have to wear one on the job, and at times it does make me feel kind of ill. So I would just suggest wearing it, if you had to, not. Just wouldn't want to force anybody to do it. But that's about all I had to say.
Sean, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so is Brandon Fuller? Brandon? Rosa Perry. Rosa Perry. Donna Pope. Tammy Mannion. I asked a question for the city attorney. Once the council speaks, would it be appropriate if we went after these names?
I think the council can give their comments and if we can resolve any issues, that they should be allowed to speak if they signed up. But that should take place before any motion.
I can't hear her.
Okay.
We've got some feedback going on and it's coming through a number of 2570076. So mute, or I'm not sure what's creating that, but we're getting feedback.
Yeah. Well, we just need to a little slower, all of us. Yes, I don't know. Yes.
Woody, we went over times now. Thought about it, or they've shut it. I think we should move on.
What did Christina say?
I recommended that if we can resolve these technical issues, that they be allowed to speak since they signed up. It should take place before any vote Motion is made by the council.
I didn't hear who that was.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to, at this time, I want to hear from each council member. And Melissa, I would like, if you will.
You want to hear from me first?
If you have anything you might say regarding to this, these subjects here, this subject matter.
Well, I had originally asked for this to be on the agenda.
Janice, Melissa is muted.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I'm asking to unmute.
There we go. There she's back.
There you go.
Am I back now?
You are.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
We hear you.
Okay. I had originally asked to place this item on the agenda. Initially, I had simply asked for it to be a discussion. It's not an issue that I take lightly. I've spent many, many, many hours researching, praying, discussing this with business owners and community members. I was approached about 3 weeks ago by 2 business owners here in town requesting the city's help to simply support them in our local city people just respecting their request to wear a mask. And they wanted the city to help them enforce it. After that, employees here in the city, but I want to be clear that it wasn't city employees, and then members of the community and parents here in the community began to inquire about a possible city mandate. At that time, I really began to dig in and research more. I want everybody to know that I hear people talking about how uncomfortable it is to wear a mask. But my first concern here is the safety of the city and the people in it. Then, actually, my next biggest concern, and what I've heard Jordan say, which is very important as well, is the revenue for our business owners. My thought is, too, about wearing a mask is I want to avoid a possible shutdown in the future like our business owners had to deal with 8 weeks of that they endured in the past. First and foremost, however, the safety of our citizens is what is most important. One of the biggest things I'm concerned about is the people I personally know that have tested positive and their families that have been exposed and aren't quarantined properly or aren't following guidelines at all during quarantine. I feel like we can debate COVID-19 from as far east to the far west as we want to. We can talk about whether it's a civil rights issue, and we can take that as far east, as far west as we want to. But what we need to talk about is what's happening right now, right here in our city. Our numbers are increasing. We've had up to now 3 deaths. It's very concerning to me. I have a history in nursing. I would never, if it's a possibility, want to be responsible for the death of someone and nor making them sick. I have been personally in my life almost responsible for the death of people before. So if simply wearing a mask might prevent that, I would be on board. Now with this, I think this is excellent information. I appreciate the chamber for doing that. However, I could have went out and done this same thing and gotten 35 signatures that would have said, do this, Melissa. I had 4 businesses call me and ask me to push this forward. I had businesses say, you can use my business name, but please don't say I want this done. I have a ton of people that have called that don't want it. I have lost a very close friend just over this issue. When I took city council, it was a big decision, something I wanted to do so I could give back to my community. But I feel like the ordinance that we're talking about, and if anybody has taken the time to look at the ADA ordinance, it specifies a lot of things that will keep from stepping on our religious facilities. It keeps from stepping on people with physical ailments. It does protect people in certain ways. So we're not talking about a mandate that is going to be so cut and dried that everybody's going to be stepping immediately out of their car, throwing on a mask until they walk in their door and lock it. So I just feel like it's very important at this time. It's not just about me. It's about everybody else. It's about taking it home to our families, our community, right here, right now, with the knowledge that we have. And it may be different tomorrow. It may be different in the future. But with the knowledge we have today, it could possibly change the outcome. And I would never hurt the businesses in Tishomingo. I would never hurt the people of our city, nor do it harm. But I just feel like this is about safety. And again, I have thought about the revenue side of it. And my thoughts on that is I would like to not see us go back to shutdown. And that's really all I have to say.
Woody, you're on mute.
I didn't realize they were right there in the corner off the side of the road.
Woody, you're on mute.
There we go. Okay. Thank you, Sue. Laura, would you like to say something, please? Laura?
Woody, you said thank you, Sue. That was Melissa.
Well, Melissa talked and then Sue did.
Oh, we didn't hear that.
No, I was Melissa.
Okay.
Okay, you didn't hear Sue's?
No.
You were on mute. If she could just repeat it, that would be great.
Okay, Sue, if you don't mind.
Did nobody hear me?
No.
Yes, we heard you, Melissa.
Okay.
Sue?
Can you hear?
Yeah, now go ahead.
All right. I said I'm not going to split hairs over this deal. It's a sickness that's spreading through our community like wildfire. It's even in the sewer system. And if it's that bad, that tells you there's people got it that's not even been tested yet for it. And like this said, we deaths already to chalk up to it. If it comes to money or health and living, I'd rather live. So anyway, that's all I got to say. I'm for it.
Thank you, Sue. Laura? Would you like to say? Let's see, Laura Wood.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I just wanted to say that I've worked in the deep heart of COVID for the last 4 months as the COVID director for the health department and now working with a school in COVID. I have been in contact and have the latest news from the state epidemiologist, the State Department of Health, who is the lead on the COVID pandemic. You know, the question is, do masks work? Do masks not work? I don't know the answer to that question. And I think it's one person's opinion. I'm got on the council to do what's best for the people. And I believe from what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've read that people don't want it. You know, we have council members saying their opinions and that they are protecting their health, but it's the people is the reason why we're on this council. Melissa brought up a point that people aren't quarantining properly, and she's right. People aren't. But you think if you can't get them to quarantine properly, that you're going to get them to wear a mask? I just don't think that this is an enforceable ordinance. I think our police department, as Jordan said, is short-staffed. We have vandalism that happens in the park, and they don't even have time to review, the film because they're so busy. So how are they going to go out and enforce this mandate? I also didn't get on the council to tell people how to be concerned about the health in their household. I don't feel like that is the council's position and that they should take that position. So I'm absolutely against the ordinance mandating anything of this nature. This virus has been around for 6 or 7 months. People who want to wear a mask, wear a mask. People who don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. I think Aaron brought up a good point. There are several people who can't wear a mask due to health reasons. So are we going to have our police officers going up to those people? Hey, are you not wearing it because of health reasons? Well, all you have to do is say yes. Well, we've just wasted a police officer's time in going up to that person. So I don't think that this is an enforceable ordinance. I don't think it's the city council's men's or women's position to place this mandate on anybody. And that's coming from somebody who, like I said, has worked deep in the heart of COVID for 4 months. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. Sharon?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Sharon, if you'd like to say something, go ahead. It's up to you.
Okay. Yes, I'd like to say something. There, I don't want it to be enforced, but I don't want it to go back to the way it was either, where we had to shut down. And if we can, I just want to slow it down even further. And we did lose, not the last one, but the second one we lost. It was really close to us, to me. And if we can just slow it down just for a little while. I just want to try it for a little while, get it to not a permanent one, just to get it to where we can slow it down. If the masks do help slow it down, I'm for the mask. That's all I have.
Okay. Well, I've been for wearing the mask as a mandate. I've been against a mandate. And I've come up with this deal where I'm not playing politics as some may think I may when they get through with this meeting. I, for one, will wear a mask because of my age and everything. And I know there are people that, like, if they don't have any other problems, in their 50s and lower, they, get through this thing. I think that we might need to look at something with city property as far as wearing masks and things. And I just, right now at this time, to me, I don't know about telling grown people that they have to wear a mask. What I'd like to say is I extremely think that people should distance, wash their hands and all that stuff. And when they go into a business, that they probably do need to wear a mask. But I'm not 100% for a mandate at this time for me, but we shall see. Listen, this Donna Pope, are you on? Donna? She was on a while ago. Brandon Fuller? Rosa Perry? Amy Mannion? Okay. All right. New business.
Are we gonna vote?
Yeah, I'll hear in just a second.
Well,
Woody, may I say something?
City Attorney, go ahead and direct me on this, would you?
Woody, may I say something?
Yes.
I would like to say that I appreciate the community, both coming in and out of my office, coming in and out of Main Street, calling. I have had very serious conversations with people on both sides of this. Many people that don't want it. I have a very good friend that hasn't talked to me in 3 weeks that absolutely doesn't want it. That said before I took this seat that she would stand beside me forever. And I just, it's a very difficult issue. And I would like everybody to know that I certainly want to hear what this community wants, what they need, and how they feel, than hope that we can find some type of compromise.
Well, I feel like the people have said what they feel and what they want, but nobody's listening. So I have to question that. I mean,
So, Laura, again, like I said, I feel like it comes down to a safety issue.
right, you feel that way, but the people don't feel like that way. I know the virus is real. I've worked it. I've heard the worst of the worst, and I've heard the people that have no symptoms at all. It is very real, but I believe it is a people's choice whether they wear a mask or not. And like I said, do you know 100% masks work? Because there's a school in Enid, Oklahoma that has had a mask mandate the whole school year for teachers and students, and they have 600 in quarantine right now. So do you know for 100% fact, and I hope you do, because you're making this decision for the people, that masks work?
I do not know that, but I do know
I don't either.
It has changed the numbers in Ada according to the city in Ada.
Well, you've had seven people called in that wanted to talk and only 3 called. So I don't think it's as important to some of these people as you might think, Laura, because I think it's about halfway split, just to be honest with you. I think there's so many wants it and so many don't want it. That all of those people that haven't called or anything like that are the ones that want it. And I think
Or people don't know how to work Zoom like you didn't at the beginning of the call, or they feel uncomfortable doing it. So that could also be something. Maybe if we had an in-person meeting to discuss it, we would have a lot more people show up. I don't know that for a fact either. I'm just saying.
I think it's split as well.
Okay. I'm going to try this one more time. Brandon Fuller, Rosa Perry, Donna Pope. Okay. So I have read the agenda item, and I am asking now at this time if there is a motion on this item, on this agenda item. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we pass the ordinance number 2020, creating certain restrictions upon businesses and citizens of the city of Tishomingo, and so on and so forth is read.
Okay. Do we have a second? Do we have a second motion?
I'll
I'll
second.
second it.
Who was it?
Sharon, would you like to second it or would you like me to?
It doesn't matter.
I need a second.
I'll second it, Woody.
Okay. There's,
City Attorney, I'm not sure.
It was Melissa.
Could I ask some questions on the ordinance? So clarification from enforcement side and identify certain groups that are exempt so that if this moves and passes, we all understand, or I understand when it comes to that. So basically the ordinance says all persons shall wear a facial mask. And it goes on with the CDC guidelines. And then everyone has the ordinance in front of them. So it talks about restaurants. Those are exempt from eating and going in. People engaging in outdoor activities, I guess that it's park and other issues. That's exempt. Some of these are pretty standard, we know. Swimming, voting registration, all persons actively providing or obtaining going to religious worship. So we're exempting all churches, correct? Church
Yes,
attendance?
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Also,
And Miss
the,
Janice, when it says exercising, I hope the rest of the council agrees. That means if you're running, whatever, with a person in your group, with a person in your family, whatever, of course, no one's asking you to wear a mask. Right?
yeah, I'm assuming you're going to have school events outdoors. You're going to have those things.
Exactly.
That's where we're going to get a little confused because the school has, I'm assuming, its own mask policy. I'm assuming that. I don't know.
We do, and masks are only mandated by staff, not students. And that is during school hours, to my knowledge.
Okay. That clarifies that. The other one, so this is requiring all businesses to require anyone entering their business to have a mask on along with the business owner. Is that correct?
Yes, but when they enter the restaurant, it would mean that only to their table. And when seated at their table, they can remove their mask. And when they get back up, moving about the restaurant to the bathroom or whatever, just asking them to put their mask back on.
Yes,
And-
that would be up to the business owner to enforce that at that time. Yes,
Seated
understand.
back at the, yes. And when they're inside the establishment, it's the business owner's responsibility to enforce it.
Okay, and if they don't, we are very small police department is supposed to be called and they come in and do something. It's unenforceable, folks.
Yeah, Woody, they're not going to do that.
Well, they're going to have to. They're going to have to, or this ordinance is not going to work.
We're
That's what we keep trying to say, is the ordinance isn't going to work. That's what we keep trying to say, sister girl.
that people will be responsible enough to know that I wear my mask to protect you, and you're sitting there next to me without one in your whole family, and it's not to protect me, it's to protect you from me. So why can't you show me the same respect? That's
Okay.
what we're hoping
Okay,
that this will do. And I think we need to go ahead and vote.
okay.
And someone in, let's say, whatever business should call and say, this business is not enforcing your ordinance. And that's when the police should go out and talk to that business, and it's $100 fine.
I have another clarification on the ordinance. It's number E. It's mandating each building. It says shall be entitled to one public parking space for usage for curbside delivery services. I'm not sure what that is requiring upon our businesses. If that's a mandate, they have to have a spot for curbside delivery. I'm not sure how that works. So that's a clarification on my part.
Miss Janice, I think that's for people because that's meaning people that do not want to wear a mask inside their establishment, that they are offering them a place to pick up.
I understand, but are we going to require businesses to allocate a space per business for this situation?
Well, I think that's up to them.
I do too.
Okay. Well, it says shall.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it says that they are entitled to it. So,
Okay.
you know,
The public's entitled to one parking space, yes. So, okay. Clarification, that was it. That's all my clarifications, so.
Roll call vote.
okay, all right. So we have a motion
You have a second.
and a second. Roll call. I guess that would be me to give the roll call, right? Okay. Melissa,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Laura,
It's a hard no for me.
Sharon.
Uh,
I'm going to say no because of our law enforcement. That anyway, no. So it passes 3-2. Okay. Then we have, I can get to it here.
There's another agenda item on the emergency clause to make
Right.
it effective immediately. Yes.
Yeah. The following agenda item. The following agenda item has been added to the agenda. So as follows, number 5, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve the emergency clause as stated in the proposed ordinance number 2020 which shall make the ordinance effective immediately. Any discussion on this?
Make a motion if we need a motion.
Well, it says discussion too, so we need, is there anybody that wants to discuss it on the council?
I don't.
Do we have, is Shannon present?
No, I don't believe he is.
Okay, okay, I need a motion to approve the emergency clause as stated in the proposed ordinance, which shall make the ordinance effective immediately.
I make a
Louis makes a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Is that you, Sharon?
Yes, I'm sorry.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call. Melissa,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Laura,
That's another hard no for me.
Sharon,
Uh,
Woody is no. Okay, passes 3-2.
Yeah.
Okay. Any new business? We are adjourned.
I would like to say, Woody, before you hang up, before we, I just wanted the city attorney and the city manager to know, I think the city manager already knows, that I will be in attendance in person at the next council meeting. I am not quarantined, and I can come and go.
Good. Okay. That sounds good.
Make sure that gets in the minutes, girl. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Okay. All right. We are adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Bye, Sickles.